This video is going to be about my Specialized Sequoia Elite. It's a 2018. I had test driven it last year at the bike shop, and I didn't really like the color. So I passed up on it, and it kind of sat around. Every time I went in there, it was still there, and the color kind of grew on me. Once I bought it, I realized how hard it was to keep clean. It's really close to being white, and it's kind of a flat white, so like it holds onto the grease a lot. I put on a lizard skin chainstay cover, which keeps that area a lot cleaner. Also, I put on the Specialized Dry Tech fenders, which also keeps a lot of the road grime off of the bike. Part of the reason I really like this bike is that it has these wider, bigger tires on it, which are the Specialized Sawtooth, and you're able to run the fenders with it. Part of the reason why I wasn't sure I wanted this bike was because this is pretty much the largest tire you can run on it. You might be able to go up a couple mil, but with the fenders on it, you really can't. This was supposed to kind of be my do-it-all on-road gravel bike, but after a while I realized that I really needed something that was gonna do more of a 2.2 inch tire, which is what my Fargo did. So I ended up getting my Fargo back, and that's in another video. But this turned into being a really good bike for commuting, on-road, light gravel. It's got a Shimano 2x11 drivetrain with hydraulic brakes. It's a steel frame, carbon fork. The other options that Specialized has for this bike is the base model Sequoia, which is a steel frame, steel fork with Sora components, and that comes in at about $1,400. They have the Sequoia Expert, which comes in at $3,200, which that one has SRAM force and hydro brakes. Personally, for me, I prefer that one. But like I said, I waited a while on this one, and I actually ended up getting a great deal on it. One of the best ways to buy a bike, in my opinion, is if you can wait until the next year's models come out, because then the bike shops kind of want to move the old inventory out so they can make room for the new stuff. And I think the color of this bike kind of helped it stick around. And I ended up getting it for actually less than what you would get the base model Sequoia for. I got it for about $1,200. So that made it a lot easier for me to justify getting this bike. Seeing how I already have a fat bike, which can run 29 plus wheels on it. I have my Fargo, which I can run the larger 29er wheels on. And now I have this one, which is more my everyday bike. I have it set up to pull the burley behind it. The nice thing about having the fenders on it is Flint was getting like a bunch of rocks and sand kind of up through the mesh on the burley. And with this, I have these fenders on it, which dip down a lot in the rear. Right down here, you can see the fender pretty much goes all the way down around. It's a couple inches above the ground. So that really keeps all of the sand and dirt and debris from ever getting anywhere close to jumping into the burley with them. And I like that. Also, last year I was on the Filthy 50, and I had the misfortune of probably being on one of the coldest, wettest Filthy 50s ever. And I was on my Blackboro. I had 29 plus tires on, no fenders. And I saw this guy, and he was completely dry, other than, you know, the mist that was coming down all day. And I said to him, I was like, "Did you just start?" And he looked at me and he says, "Nah, fenders, bro." And I looked down and he had full length fenders on there, and it was just like a moment, and I was just like, I need to get a bike with fenders on it. Because the bike was clean, he was clean, I was frozen because it was just such a cold day. But anyway, so I have the fenders on this bike. This is the only bike that I have fenders on other than like the mud guards that I have for the fat bike. But these are like full coverage. They keep all of the rain and wetness from the ground off of your drivetrain too. So not only is it keeping you dry, but it's also keeping the bike from getting all gunked up with road grime. Now to run through some of the features that I really liked about this bike from the beginning and some of the things that I ended up changing. I'm going to start with the seat. This is the seat that came on the bike. If you can see it, it's kind of a textured material. It's really cool, it looks nice, but I kind of like to be able to slide on the seat a little bit, and really nothing beats a Brooks. I had a black Brooks sitting around and it really went with the look of the bike, so I couldn't resist slapping that on there. This one is not broke in as much as my brown one is, but when it gets there, it's going to be awesome. Moving on to the handlebars. The handlebars are a Specialized Adventure Gear hover bar. As you can see, they have a slight bend up, and that helps to make the bike a lot more upright sitting. It doesn't look like a lot, but it helps to keep your back a little straighter, and I'm a fan of that. Some people might not be. Also, it has this canvas bar tape on it, which kind of mirrors the look of the saddle, and it's really very comfortable. And in this case, I like the fact that it is not slippery. It's very sticky, your hands don't slide on it, and that's a definite plus for me. So that's my kind of run through story time of my Specialized Sequoia. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Gravel Bike Pirate for more videos like these. I have videos already posted for my Salsa Blackboro and my Salsa Fargo. I'll have more videos to come. As for now, signing off for Gravel Bike Pirate Garage.